Looks like you have a bit of a problem with your suspension.
Just slightly. It's just a little bit wobbly. What is up, guys, and welcome back to Toca Race Driver 3, V8 Supercars 3, DTM 3, whatever the hell you call it in your region. We are back with possibly the greatest ever racing game Codemasters ever produced. We're back with a career mode. Check out the first video if you haven't seen it already. Leave a like, subscribe, and let's get into it. This career mode journey, which we are planning to go all the way into Formula 1 and mixing it with the big guns in that championship, which is something that I don't think I did back in the day. So that's something that I'll endeavor to do in this series. So, in terms of the next championship we're going to take part in, the two most popular ones were, of course, Formula 1000 and off-road buggies. Though I did see more comments for Formula 1000, so we're going to go with that. Makes sense, since we're planning to get into F1 eventually. It looks like we've gone from Maldonado to now... Oh, wait, God, I ruined the joke. We've gone from Max Verstappen in the previous episode to a guy that looks like Maldonado.
This championship is as important as any other. You've got to show what you've got.
Thank you, Chief. Away we go for our Formula 1000 career. Donington Park. This is a circuit I know pretty well. Thankfully, unlike the Global GT Lights, this thing, at least initially, it feels like it can actually turn, which is always highly appreciated. Anyway, I love this circuit. I feel like it should come to the F1 games as a DLC track or something like that.
Now that is great driving.
Thank you, Mr. Rick. I now know his name. Yeah, this place is pretty good. I feel like they should do like an online, like a DLC thing you can play in your spare time. There are so many like F1 tracks that I would love to try out from days gone by, and that would really add to like the content that we already have with the F1 game. One of the annoying things I found already is a bit of a glitch, is that I can't change the car setup. Well, I can change the car setup in the menus before the race, but the thing is I can't save it, I can't accept it and then progress. So whatever driving I'm doing at the moment, I'm having to run with the baseline. So I would love to add elements like downforce. I'd love to make the compound of the tyre softer. Apparently you can do that by scaling it. All these little nuances that would make a world of difference really, but we're having to tough it out with the defaults. But I guess makes it more of a challenge, because we will get better and better at this game as we go along.
Come on!
No more mistakes, please. I think the AI kind of backed it off behind me, so that really let me off the hook there. But one more corner to negotiate, and that will be our first podium of the day. We can move on to hopefully solidifying our spot inside the top three.
Keep going.
Thank you, engineer. He speaks so fast after I cross the line, and I miss like half the messages he says.
Third place, on the podium. Wow, you really showed them this time, son.
Yeah, I feel like he's being sarcastic. I genuinely don't think he's happy with that. There was just like no excitement there. We'll have to do better next time. So, P8, 8 points, P3, it's solid. Though the race was a bit annoying for me because we got into the position we needed to be in, and then it's kind of a stalemate after that. So, I don't know. Hopefully with a very brief amount of practice under our belts, we can move onto the front foot in Silverstone. Warming up those tyres on the grid, and away we go for a shocking start here in Silverstone. I went full throttle there. That was perhaps a mistake. But we made up all the ground early on at Donington Park. Let's hopefully do the same here, and maybe even more so. Oh, that's tight. Oh, we're running the full Silverstone layout, are we? That's a nice change. We are moving forward in our career, I guess.
Nice overtaking there.
There should be no excuses for this track. There should be no excuses as to why we're a little bit rusty. Let's smash past this guy. And who knows, maybe even get a win. I can cut that, can't I? Yes, I can. Oh, damn. Horrible exit there. There's that 2 spots lost. Yes, it is. That's one thing as well. I'll need to explore the track limits. When I was 10, I never thought to cut corners. As silly as that might sound, you would think that a 10-year-old would be cutting corners everywhere. But no, I was a good boy back in the day! Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Looks like you have a bit of a problem with your suspension.
Just slightly. It's just a little bit wobbly. Normally I would flashback there. I don't have flashbacks in 2006. Away we go for the second take of the British Grand Prix. I wonder if this would share the weekend with Formula One. Probably not. Here we go, slicing and dicing our way through this field of absolute amateurs.
Great manoeuvre.
I feel like I'm that rich kid who turns up to a race weekend with a new engine, new tyres every single session, flown in by helicopter. I've heard some funny stories over the years, like people, well, there were people like that in karting, even in like local clubs in Australia, which is absolutely ridiculous. Who spends that kind of budget on karting? Have multiple karts at their disposal. Makes no sense. Anyway, it's P2. No more lollygagging, and we might actually be able to keep this in a straight line. I'm gonna try handbraking. Oh, yeah, that points the nose in really well. I've got a little bit of a story as well. When I used to do, back end. When I used to do my Bathurst races in the supercars, I was pretty competitive with the arcade handling model.
Let's see one final push to improve your position.
But then there was this light bulb moment where I started to use the handbrake, the B button, through just about any corner, and I improved my lap time by no joke, like 4 or 5 seconds at Bathurst. Like, it would get to the point where, you know, turn 1 is a 90-degree left-hander. I would take that flat. So what I would do was, I'd fly into the corner, handbrake for half a second, and then just zoom out, and that was the technique.
And then you'll be home free.
I might try here to see if I can catch up to the leader. It kind of is cheating, but yeah, it really was OP. Like, just look at how much it points the nose in. Some people actually suggested that in the last video when I was understeering in the global GT lights. Let's go. Handbrake again. Oh, look at the nose point in there. No. Okay, I'm going to get this back in a straight line and I'm not going to bottle it. We're still going to finish in P2, lads. It's absolutely fine. Doesn't matter if I finish in P2 by a postcode or by a 10th. P2 is P2. And yes, I know I've got the quote wrong.
Those corners, they're wearing your tyres a little.
Mate, it doesn't matter, it's only 2 laps. But here we go. It's been an absolutely shocking display in F1000. But we've done enough to impress the sponsors, to get that contract into the next series. Let's go, lads.
Good enough, well done.
Surely now he can't say lap record, because I had a standing start on the first lap, and then the second lap, you saw what happened. Replay cameras are actually pretty decent on this. You can see a decent amount of the action. And there's even like little sunlight reflections here. I gotta say, the graphics in 2006 were pretty spot on. Like, a lot of good games made this year. There was F1 2006, and then there was this. Oh, look at this! We got telemetry and gaps and everything. Wow. I think this is the spin. This is the notorious corner. We got on the grass, planted the throttle, and then just kind of went nowhere. And thankfully, the AI were very passive through there, so I was able to get away with it. No way. We won the championship. Who would have thought? And to think that that's been technically our weakest performance yet over a season. So what do we got next? Super Truck International Series. Baja Motocross Series or Japanese Works Cup. Interesting. Oh, Formula Ford. You can bet your buttocks that we're going to do that. I want to jump in some trucks for something different. We're not going to qualify. I feel like we can, for the most part, we're actually pretty decent, so we should be alright. Barbagallo Raceway. We're back in my neck of the woods.
The Super Truck International Racing Championship is one of the world's premier truck racing championships. Slipstreaming is an important tactic when racing in this competition. Be aware of this and use it to your full advantage.
Is slipstreaming in big, heavy trucks? I felt like the heavier a car is, the less important slipstream becomes. Or even like, even if a car is slower, slipstreaming is less important. But anyway, if you're eagle-eyed enough, you might have saw that I didn't actually accelerate initially off the line at the start of the race. I was on the back foot, but we have recovered rather well here into P4, which again I think is where we need to be. But just for some clarity, the way this career mode works is I'm pretty sure the higher up the tiers we get, the longer the races become and the longer the calendar is as well. So at the moment, as we punt off our teammate,
if you want to keep your pace, keep off the infield. It will only slow you down.
We've just been running very quick races at this stage, but it's going to get to a point where the seasons get rather long, and we'll probably get to a point where we can only do like one championship per episode. But at the moment, we can just absolutely smash through them like no tomorrow, which is kind of good because we get a taste of a lot of different things, to be honest. But anyway, Barbagallo Raceway. It's been 10 years since I've raced around here, and this is something that I'd like to do more of in the future. I really hope that Codemasters or some other developer can make like a full-on V8 Supercars game, or hell, even if Cody's, or imagine if they're working on the sequel to this right now. Like, that'd be absolutely incredible. Like the timing as well. I hope that's the thing, but handbrake. Surprised if it was. Handbrake got us out of jail there. We would have been in the sand trap for sure.
Just go for it, son. It's your last lap.
I will try to. That looks like a DJR Team Penske truck in the lead. Even these guys are they're dominating before they were even a team in Australia. Anyway, we'll pull this off around the outside. Truck racing for the win, lads. Never thought I'd see this at my channel, but here we go. A pass for the lead. We've done it. Tiametmarduk versus not getting yellow suspension damage. Can we actually do that at some stage?
I didn't like that. Landed you with a timed penalty.
What did I do? I've won. Oh, 5 seconds is a lot. I don't think we won by 5 seconds. I think this is going to be P2, P3. That's cruel, to be honest.
Good drive. Now, come on. We need to win this one.
We did win that. But we were robbed. P3. 19 points. What's the objective? Objective. It's right there. P4. Cool. Off to Eastern Creek next. I feel like I have raced that recently. I think it's in one of the grid games. So we're off to Eastern Creek, and then randomly we're racing in America at Nashville Super Speedway. Cool. But away we go for the next race. Like, the transition between races is absolutely instant. Which is really, really cool. Dive Bomb City is coming up here at turn 2. P7. We've got this DJR Team Penske boy up here.
Excellent driving. Keep it up, son.
All I know is if we beat this guy, we will be leading the championship, so that'll be lovely. Get out of my way, you dickhead. Oh no, that's karma. That's instant karma right there. My windscreen's gone. I'm gone. My door's gone. And we've been flattened. That's lovely. I don't know about you guys, but I can feel a nice cool breeze coming in. We got 2 laps. I'm going to see if I can pull off the mother of all recovery drives. Didn't think I was going to make that there. Is that Team Penske boy? No, it's not. It's his teammate. Alright. The initial turn-in of this car this truck isn't great. But once you get it hooked in, it really grips up. Which is interesting. Come on, we need a lot of places here. Come on. Big battle pack, we can certainly get involved. That guy's got like his light on in the revision mirror on or something.
You're trying to win the race, but you're just trying to stop everyone else from finishing.
Fuck.
Glad you're back.
P14, no points. What a disaster.
The wolves are still on your tail. Step on it.
What's that going to mean for the drivers' standings? Only the top 8 get points. So, it demotes us to P6. Ideally, we need a win in this last race to give us that top 4 that we need to progress. And the game has not done us any favors here by putting us in P15 on an oval. So, time to get stuck in. Okay, I didn't intentionally go for the infield, but the contact with the truck kind of sent me in that direction. And we're off again.
Keep your tires nice and clean. Don't go into the infield.
That has been duly noted. Oh my god. Was that not a penalty? I give up.
That overtaken manoeuvre was straight out of my playbook.
Was it? Squeezing your teammate and undertaking, under the yellow line, that's... You're impressed with that? Alright, I promise, in the next race, in the next series, we will take it seriously. But, to be honest, I needed that W. We were going to get it eventually. They're not even going flat out through these corners. I really just did that for entertainment value, really.
You're flying now. That was the fastest lap of the race.
Whee! Grazie ragazzi! Gondolavoro!
At last. This is what I've been waiting for. You finally get your arse in gear. Well done, son.
Thanks, Dad. We're done. We've won. Do we progress? Yes, we do. Oh, we're only 1 point away from winning the championship as well. Geez, if I didn't play silly buggers at Eastern Creek, we could have really had a stranglehold over this championship. I feel like some of my rivals didn't start too well in that last one, so that definitely helped. P2, let's move on. What do we have after this? So, ooh, 1930s vintage Grand Prix. That is a tasty one. That could even be a video on its own. I'd love to drive those cars. I love driving. Oh, camera's gone. We've been recording for 30 minutes already. That's just how much time flies. All right, what are we saying? So, I'm kind of going to be open wheel biased, I think, in this episode. We're going to go for Formula Ford, and I'm thinking 30s vintage Grand Prix. Where are we racing? Tracks, we've got Oshleben, which I'm not great at. Sandown, which is a fantastic circuit. Really glad we're going there. And Oran Park. So, all the races we're going to so far are very much on brand with me. Either Aussie circuits or open wheel. You love to see it. But here we go. Oshleben. I can just talk through the whole transitional phase because the loading times are that quick. Away we go now.
Extremely delicate. The Formula Fords are a great preliminary championship for drivers wanting to specialise in open wheel racing. Lack of a rear wing can make them liable to oversteer in high-speed corners, so...
Oh, they are oversteery. Oh, don't touch those curves, Ben. I love how Rick waits until I'm on the grid, starting the race, to tell me a little bit about the car. I mean, Friday practice would be nice, or hell, even the Thursday, the media day, when we're sitting around doing Fuck all! Look, when I'm on the grid! Trying to concentrate, Rick! Get your priorities right! Oh, this is a nightmare. I can't touch any of these curbs. My mind, my brain is telling me to ride them like a rodeo. I just can't do it.
Stay sharp now. You're driving a great race.
It's on a bit of a knife's edge here, just trying to balance the oversteer and then powering out well. Just really got to not touch those curbs. I'm going to go in deep here. That's a risk worth taking. We're up in a P4. I'm sorry about the twitchiness of my pad here, but we are starting to get a bit of confidence now. I think the tyres coming up, the temperature is really helping too. The car was a bit of a handful on that first lap. Flat through here. Oh, nah. That was sketchy. Really getting away with everything here in the slipstream. Can we get P2? Come on.
Come on.
See you later. Don't you do it! Don't you do it! No! Interlocked wheels there. That's 70 miles an hour. Okay, that wasn't as scary as what it sounded like. But still, I was... When you lock wheels on these cars on this game, you go flying. Oh, he's left the door open. We move from one battle to the next. Fighting for the lead of the Grand Prix here. Last lap. Leave me space on the inside here. And I'm not going to leave you some here. I'm not a gentleman. Oh, maybe I should be. Get off me. No! Bezzet's gone through. Bezzetti is leading the race and he's going to absolutely steal this one. Stephen Bradbury style. It's going to be P2. The locking of the wheels.
That was a great effort.
I'll take it. I mean, at about half a dozen times, we could have ended up in a barrier somewhere, so it's not the worst result. Sandown Raceway then. Need a win here. Gotta do it on home turf. Away we go. This is a fantastic race circuit. One which you should somehow, some way, give it a go. It might be on a set of course or maybe even R Factor. Definitely be on R Factor. I think there's a lot of Australian tracks there. But love doing endurance races here. The Sandown 500, 161 laps. I think it amounts to about a 3-hour race or so. One of my favorites. And I did this one a lot as well on this game.
Great overtaking.
There we go, slipstreaming. That is P4 for us. I mean, coming up to the most notorious place on the circuit. You might recognize this circuit for the crashes that occur up here. Just a roller coaster ride through here. Normally in a V8 supercar with much less downforce and higher top end speeds. You end up having to really wrestle the car through there and playing chicken with the grass on the outside. It's a fantastic bit of racetrack.
Some of the lead packers starting to pull away.
No, they're not. No, they're not. We're absolutely fine. We're cutting our way through the field.
This is your last chance for overtaking. It's the final lap.
I don't think we need to do qualifying, to be honest. We seem to be, bang on the pace. At least if it's a circuit that I know, we can fight through pretty well. But that might change as we go up through the disciplines. It might even get harder as we go on as well. I'm not too sure. Oh, sneak up the inside here. And this time we don't interlock wheels. Oh. Had me scared that he was going to be up my inside. But there we go. That's another W.
I'd say you are safely at the top end of this championship for now. So stay here.
Thank you very much.
First place. Now that is what I call racing. Fantastic.
Very prominent use of grid girls there. Games from this era just really didn't care about that kind of thing. It was all part of the spectacle, I guess. But here we are at the finale. This is Oran Park Raceway, a track which actually doesn't exist anymore. I believe they stopped going here in the Supercars series in 2008. I think it was the year that Mark Scaife retired. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But away we go. I definitely haven't done this since I last played this game. But this is a fun little circuit. It's got a figure of 8 in the middle sector as well. The only other circuit I've seen apart from Suzuka, which has one. Here we go. There it is. There's the bridge. Wow, this feels so surreal to be here again.
Felt that. Watch it or you'll have the marshals on your back.
Yep. Is this the game where if you would crash into people, they'd come up to you and give you a bollocking? Here we go, over the tunnel, over the bridge. This part is when you get the flow right through here, it's really nice. But these cars are so light, so nimble, it just kind of eats up these corners as if they're not even a challenge, which is a shame, to be honest. But in a supercar, you can actually get a proper feel for the character that this circuit has.
You're on your final lap. It's your last chance to overtake.
What are we saying? Double overtake into turn 1? Or turn 2, shall I say? Dive bomb! Oh, and we pulled it off. Okay, well done. I wonder if the trucks that we were just racing could fit under that bridge. Corner cut. This is the BTEC Sydney Harbour Bridge. Right there. Yeah, what a shame. They tore this racetrack down and they put houses here, which I think Warden lives at, or used to live at, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's been fun to be here at Oran Park.
Congratulations, you're through.
It's a championship victory, a pretty dominant one in Formula Ford. More of that, please. 57 points, place 42. Yeah, not even close. But that is that. And we can now move on to Tier 6. But looking at the timing, I think we've done quite a lot of content in this video. We're 16% of the way through the career mode already in 2 episodes, which is very, very good. So I'll leave it there, and we'll kick off the next episode with 1930s Vintage Grand Prix. And then from there, let me know what you want to see in Tier 7. Do we want to go with Formula Palmer Audi? Do we want to go British GT Cup? Or the Baja Buggy kit car? From what I remember, I was awful at the dirt racing stuff. So if you do want to see more of a challenge, I mean, it will get progressively harder, I think, as we go along anyway, naturally. So I'll possibly leave a straw poll, or I'll leave a poll on this video somewhere attached. But that is that for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see plenty more racing game stuff. I'm so happy that the first episode did really well, because it means that we can continue to march forward with this series. But until the next episode, it's goodbye.
Just